here at Daytona Flat Track for my first time ever, and super excited to be here. We've been rolling the track all day and night since yesterday, and track looks all right. It still seems pretty rocky, which is the main complaint, but hopefully it won't rain, which it's not supposed to, and we can get a good showing. All right, just finished our qualifying for all three classes. I think I got 14th, 10th, and 11th or something. All right around there. We were about midfield for everything. We kept gaining time towards the end, so hopefully we could do pretty well in this race. I feel like if I could just get in a group and we'll all be pretty fast, it'll be pretty good. And then hopefully not get outside because there's a huge bump off too, right off where everyone's running. So hopefully we don't get in that and we do well.
Rylan Gray, 15th, Caden Dacus, 14th, Kale Small, 13th, Cucker Polshek, 12th, Braden Chavis, 11th, Hickson Fouts.
All right, and your top 10 starter is going to be the 505 of Weston King. Starting 9th will be the 21 of Colin Stewart. Then starting 8th spot will be the 122 of Kyler Keefe. Starting 7th will be the 801 of Grayson Underwood. Starting 6th, the 79 of Henley Sanford. Starting 5th, the 94 of Hudson Barrett. Starting 4th, the number 40B of Kyle Bronson. Starting 3rd, the 18 of Caleb Nibel. Starting on the second spot will be the 89 of Raylan Morris. And starting pole on the field out of Matthews, South Carolina will be the 24 of Dylan Wise. Feature is going to be 15 laps, and this is another 15-lap feature. It'll be 12-minute time limit. Of course, our junior threes. These are the young guns, so these younger drivers. These drivers right here ready to put on the show as we're going to come to bring you this time.
Alrighty guys, here starting 14th in this first start. You see we already have one out of line back there, but they're not going to like that start, so the caution's going to fly. So we'll try that again. Now, see, we don't have a good start this time. Get knocked to the outside. Fall back behind by Emily Smith. And now we're running. Just trying to stay in line here and make as many moves as possible just off the start. Catch early people on the outside and make up some nice and easy free spots. See, that cart's real sideways on the front stretch there. No, wonder what happened. See, we get a real good run out of 2 there. And look to the inside of Emily. Make the move pretty easily. No trouble there. And now we're just focusing on running down the carts ahead of us. We have a good gap behind us. And we just gotta make sure we can catch these carts. You can see carts right there all over each other on the outside. And we look to the inside there, give the cart a good knock out of the way, and are able to pick up 2 spots there, which is really helpful. And now we have a big gap in front of us and a medium gap behind us. So we have no one on our back bumper, and we're trying to chase down the carts ahead of us. But the track today was really, really slick because of, it was a fresh surface, and they were trying to keep the track good for the next 2 days. But it was my first time at Daytona, like I was saying. It was also my tire guy's first time at Daytona, so we came into this not really knowing that much, and it was also his first time doing Vegas, which this race right here is a Vega race. So we kind of came in here blindish. He got some help from other people, but I mean, we didn't even know what gear to start on. Like, we had pretty much no idea. You see, I'm getting pressure behind me now. Looks like Colin Stewart's behind me. And you see car pulls off there in the back stretch ahead of us, so we pick up a spot just like that. But now we have a really big gap to close down, which I'm not sure we're able to do it. But we put a gap on Colin there, and he's getting some pressure from the cars behind us. So right now we're kind of all alone, but yeah, this track's pretty neat though. It's like literally dead flat. Like, there's not any banking or anything. It's just flat. But right now, we're doing pretty good. We have a pretty good gap to the cart behind us, and we're not really gaining ground on the cart in front of us either. They're all pretty checked out, so we're kind of just riding here, not really much. I mean, just trying to keep our line straight to figure it out for the next race tomorrow, and just get a feel for the track, really. You see 5 to go this time, and the car behind me's caught up to me just a little. I mean, he's definitely faster than me. I just don't think I'll have enough, because every time out of 2, I'll gain some ground on him, and then out of 4, he'll gain some ground on me. So pretty even there, honestly. You can see through 1 and 2. Out of 2, I am able to gain a lot more on the straight, because I was probably back at the corner more than he was. But you can see I would slide out of 4 almost every time. And yeah, I look back and see him, so I know he's there. And he's closer to about a cart length gap. But I'm just trying to get it settled back down at a 4. And you can see he really wants it in that corner. But he's not going to be able to do it. He thinks better of it. And then, still about a cart length of a gap. Not really making much time. See, big side out there. I kind of come down low to block and then come right back up. So that's for 2. He's right there. And a little bit of a cart length on the back stretch, and we're able to keep our spot. And he drove me pretty clean, so I appreciate that. But all in all, pretty good race.
Little Killer, Tyler Monson 6, Rain Shave 7, Weston King 8, Hale Small 9, and Caden Dacus 10. Great job, Dylan Weiss and crew, and all of Junior 3.
Alright, just finished Junior 3. Did pretty well there. We lost a couple spots at the beginning just because I hit a bump and then I got pushed out of line. So that was unfortunate, but made our way up pretty well. Just trying to figure out my line through 1 and 2. I feel like I got it alright. And then 3 and 4, I was just pretty loose and it wanted to step out. So I'll have to figure that out. But doing pretty well, and hopefully we can do good in the Reaper class.
Yeah, I think you ended up 16th all the way up to 9th. So
yeah, and
started 14th.
And like 3 people
Drunk
pushed
back.
out of the way and they didn't scale. So
yeah,
we'll should be high than that.
Okay, awesome.
And starting in that 20th spot is the 10 of Bentley Turner. Starting 19th, the 25 of Aiden Massengill. The 18th starter will be the 21 of Colin Stewart. The 17th starter will be the 122 of Kyler Keefe. Starting 16th will be the 505 of Weston King. Starting 15th will be the 15 of Caden Dacus. Starting 14th, the 151 of Cowboy Carter. Starting 13th, the 88 of Landon Neal. Starting 12th, the 28 of Kel Small. And starting 11th, the 1 of Nolan Stanley. Starting 10th.
Virginia. 7th, Hudson Barrett. 6th, Emily Sanford from Seminary, Mississippi. 5th, from Maryville, Tennessee, Caleb Hybel. Starting 4th, Isabel Cheney from Monroe, North Carolina. Starting 3rd, Braden Chavis from Hezekiah, Georgia. Starting 2nd, Braylon Morris from Elon, North Carolina. And starting on the pole, Dylan Weiss from Matthews, South Carolina.
Yeah, this race right here is going to be 20 laps. A little drive-through Christmas lights over there in the parking lot of the Super Speedway, but hey, these drivers right here, I'm sure they've had their Christmas presents, but it'd be a really good Christmas present if they get a win. You know?
Absolutely. Any win's big, but Daytona's just bigger.
Alrighty, starting now in this race, I believe I'm starting 12th, right around there, 11 or 12th, and getting even start with everyone else, just staying in line. You see a Kart tries to go for the pass there, but they're not going to be able to get it done. Caution comes out. Well, one guy's waving the caution, one guy's waving the green. Yeah, it looks like caution, so should be all good here. We'll try that again. Just going to try to keep it in line here and gain as many spots as I can off the start, which is going to be a pretty difficult task here. See, going to push the outside. Kart's blocking. Karts are going everywhere on the front stretch. I'm right in the bumper of someone. Make a move there. Passing the outside. Pass another one on the outside. And now Kart behind me has been real aggressive trying to pass. But I'm catching the Kart ahead of me. See, I get sent there. I got a move sent on me, and then another person sends another move on me. 2 more on the inside. I get real loose in the front stretch. Don't even mean to hit Hudson like that, but I end up doing it. Able to get a crossover on Colin Stewart again. Get back to the inside. So I end up losing, I think, 3 spots there, so not the greatest, but yeah, like you saw, I cut through across the track and hit Hudson Barrett, and I didn't mean to do that. The track was just so slick, it just did on accident. He goes for a pass there, and now we're on the back bumper of Hudson and trying to close it down. But all 3 of us, or all, I guess 5 of us right here, all Shane and Mike are about the same speed. I able to pass a Kart there. Not sure who that is, but I passed them. And now we're catching the black and yellow Kart ahead of me, who set the move on me earlier. BC end up coming off the corner high there and end up losing another 2 spots. So not good. We're just losing spots left and right here. So it's never helpful. See, I have Bentley turn on my back bumper. You see the bumps as we go into turn 1 there. He gets passed by Kyler, and then I pass at black and orange Kart ahead of me. Now Kyler's on my back bumper. He's trying to get a move into turn 1 there. Can't get it done. Gives me a little bump out of the corner. And then we'll probably send a move in here. Nope. There we go. He's able to sneak to the inside. And let him through nice and easily. The plan was to try to follow him, and pass him back, but we didn't have enough speed there off that corner, and then he pulls a big gap right away. You see, we have a good gap to Kyler ahead of us and Bentley behind us, so we're kind of just riding right now, not really worrying about everything. See, another cut on the outside up there. Kyler goes way high. That kart pulls the infield. Looks like he's retiring it. I was on the back of Kyler there for just a split second. But fell off him pretty quickly. But between the two races, the track didn't really change much. It was about the same. But, you know, it's just difficult. At least this track, the lights were super bright. So that made things a lot easier. You could actually see everything. So you have a kart looking there. He sends it in that corner, and I did not even expect that at all. So he kind of like straight lined me. Didn't even see him till it was already turning into almost the middle of the corner. And then his nose hit like just in front of my left rear. But we were able to keep it down, so didn't end up spinning off the track. But lose another spot, just a story of this race. We lost so many spots in this race. We were doing pretty well at the start, and then just never really could settle back in and start getting spots. We just kept losing them. You see the leaders are on us. They're trying to tell us to get over. And they're telling us to get over on the backstretch also. But I mean, you can't even see the leaders yet. They're like nowhere close to us. They gave us the 5 to go. They're telling us to get off because of all the leaders back there also. But I mean, you can't even see them. And they keep pointing out they're coming. Like, here they are. They're finally arrived before you can see them in the screen. And I start to let off, and then Colin Stewart takes advantage of that and passes me. But I was like, it's kind of pointless. I guess we're going to pull off because, I mean, you can see they're waving all the flags at us. So I get off the gas and let them through. And they were having a really good battle up front there, Dylan Wise and Braden Chavis. But we end up pulling it off. Alright, just finished up Reaper Team 3. Did alright. I mean, we started off pretty well. We were moving pretty well, and then we just started missing our marks and followed that. And track was getting so wet. All the moisture was coming out of the track. It's like if you would barely miss your mark, or you would hit the bump on the high side, you would just slide all the way out, and it's really hard to catch. And it's always scary when you know there's someone behind you and you're sliding through the corner like everyone is. And then they give you even a little hit and you're just going to spin. But I'm kind of happy with how I did. The track was it's just loose and it's pretty fun to drive besides all the bumps. But I ended up pulling off there before the leaders got to us. But I mean, yeah, hopefully we can go out in Vega and do pretty well.
Four-wheel drivers, you're our final and last feature up next. You be ready.
It's Keith Wise getting to the turn.
Remember Dylan Wise, that 24, I believe he's already got, his 2 victories. Trying to get another one here in this one.
I know about 10th on back, they were hustling back there. I didn't see what happened.
And the tough part about it is once we did that first start, the timer started. So that timer has been ticking. They have, with this being a 20-lap feature, they have a 15-minute timer. So they still got plenty of time. They're at 6 minutes. But I think once they get going, they'll be fine. It's just...
All right, once again, we're starting in like about the 11th spot here.
Yep, and he's leading.
Just trying to get a good start and make as many spots as possible. We get an alright start, not really a gap to the carts ahead of us. And you see, the cart ahead of us is already going for it there. And we actually sent in there with him and able to pick up a spot. Raylan, he was ripping off qualifying. You see, Caleb Nywell gets knocked to the outside, so we're going to pick up another spot there. Even another person's on the outside. So, big spots there, making up. But we kind of fell off Raylan in front of us. So, that's going to hurt us there because we don't have that to follow anymore. And you see Kyler's on the back of me now. So we're getting pressure behind. But we've caught up to the cart ahead of us, Henley. And we're going to try to work it. Try to get by here. And right now, I'm sitting in like the 7th spot, I believe. Either 6th or 7th spot right here. But holding it pretty well. As you can see, we're getting pressure from both cars behind us. But Henley kind of broke the gap ahead of us. So now we have to really try to catch up now, or I'm going to get passed like crazy. So I get passed now, I'm going to get passed by all 4 of those cars behind me. So really don't want to let that happen. And you see Kyler's trying his best to try to move me up off of 4, but I'm keeping it locked down on the brakes. And you see he ends up getting past there behind me. And we're able to pass Colin Stewart on the outside. And now we're back on the bumper of the cart ahead of us. And now we really got to make it count. And you see just nice and smooth through the first set of corners. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think we're in 6th spot right now. And, we're moving pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty sure I said I'd be starting like 11th. So, doing pretty good right now and up a lot of spots. You see, they're really fighting ahead of us. And right now, I'll get to the back. Able to pass another blue and orange cart. And then we get past there. I look to get back to the inside. Then get it sent on me there. So we lose some spots. Actually, Hudson tries to go for the move out of the corner there, but I closed the gap too much and he ends up like almost spinning us both out. And it wasn't his fault. I mean, we were both trying to make it. And he was trying to make it and I was trying to close it, so. But I get knocked really hard out of the way there and end up spinning. I got to push from 3 carts into that corner, so that sucks. I was running 6th before I got knocked out of line. And then I was probably only running like 9th or something, but we ended up getting knocked out of line there. And it might have been some skill issue that I couldn't hold it down. But nevertheless, it sucks. And now we're getting the move over flag yelled at us because you can see Dylan Wise is there catching us like crazy. But really sucks for me, you know. I had a really good race going, and we ended up getting over there, and they're still yelling at me on the back stretch to pull off. So, yeah, I think we ended up pulling off. But the only reason I would stop there is because last race I pulled off at the white, and my dad didn't want me to pull off because even though I was getting lapped, he didn't want me to, so I could keep like all my positions gained and all that. But I mean, at that point they were yelling at me to get off the track, so I was confused if he wanted me to stay out or not. But I ended up just pulling off. But oh well, sucks in that way. All right, just finished up 11 through 15 Vegas. We were doing great at the start. We were moving pretty well. We were able to keep it clean and get up to, I think, 6 was the highest I got up to. And then I got spun. They hit the left rear and it really unsettled it. And then we ended up pulling off the track because I was getting yelled at to get off the track by blue and yellow. But still overall pretty good race. I don't know. I'm just unhappy, but we were moving really well, and hopefully we can keep that speed up for tomorrow and get some better qualifying. And we have that speed, we can start higher and hopefully get top 3. So it should be a good day tomorrow, and yeah. Alright, rolling out for the first qualifying of the second day, and haven't had that great of speed in practice here, and we're a little confused in tires, so we'll see if we can get it done here. Really trying to wider line here and try to just stay on the bottom of the corner and really try to maximize the exits was my strategy here. And you see we're actually catching the Kart ahead of me in qualifying by a good amount. You see he's running real low. He's like in the dirt down there. And he slides off the track. And then I actually end up catching him so much here. I get to the center of the corner and I almost check up because trying not to hit him, and I was trying to keep all my speed up. So not a great qualifying there. Held up a little, but alright, this qualifying here, after we already knew I didn't make the first race, I was really going to push it here and see if I could make it, because it looked like everyone, especially Braden, was sliding the whole corner. So I was pushing it way harder this qualifying. You see, I run off in the bumps there out of 2, so that hurts me really bad. It was a lot of speed out of that corner. And a little slippery off of 4, but I was definitely driving a lot deeper in this qualifying and trying to get to work. And I hit the bumps again out of 2, so that's not good. But better qualifying, still not great though. Alrighty guys, finished up qualifying a little bit ago, but forgot to do a video, so we did not make the race in the first one, just wasn't able to qualify good enough, left a lot of time on the track compared to everyone else who was sliding around. I was trying to keep it straight. And then second qualifying, we missed a little on tires, and my line was better. I just was sliding out the corner and getting into all the bumps. But we just barely made the race, so hopefully I can work my way up in that one. And that depends if we have a video next weekend and if we go to New Year's and see what happens there. But this fog just rolled in about 20 minutes ago, maybe. And they just stopped the race and pulled off long 375, so we'll see what happens now. And everyone's tire game just changed because you're gonna have all the moisture in the air and then all the moisture in the track coming out because the sun went away. So gonna be a real fun and slick night. Look at that. They're making everyone push to the grid on the exit back.
Everybody just texting in. And now they're having to push back. You can see how dark it is. I don't know. Should be interesting.
Alrighty guys, here in Daytona for day 3 on Monday. Last night was canceled due to fog that rolled in pretty quick. Didn't do that well yesterday, so hopefully today we can figure out the line and tires and we can do well. But practice starts here in about 5 minutes, so we should be on the track soon.
So they were all
working together. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking driving it so deep. Really? Like, you almost get to the middle of the corner before you let off. You gotta start doing good down here. Yeah, I need to still drive in deeper, I think. What, hot sauce? Yeah, the line around the corner and shit. That's fine.
I might, my mouth is, or not my mouth, my GoPro is just so like one line. They're in line and they're not. It's just I don't know. Tell them about tire prep and stay out here all night.
All night.
They're still going for Tucker's time with a 16.214. This group.
All right, first qualifying of day 3 here. Rollout with a pretty big gap from Kart ahead of us, and gonna try and see if the tire prep worked, and see if I can get it done here. Moving pretty well. Just trying to drive in as deep as possible, get to the center, and you see Kart ahead of me is super slow. Already caught him. And tried to come with a bumper and move him, and ended up wheel hopping him, and I was pissed, you know. Ruined my qualifying, and got out of the car, started the motor, and here comes the go-kart. Literally, if I was starting the motor a second later, I would have got smoked, so broke my leg, that would have been over, but glad I didn't. And looking back now, if I would have went back to turn 2 on backwards, I would have had momentum to finish this lap and actually get a time in. But since I'm so inexperienced in dirt and all this qualifying stuff, I wasn't able to do it, so I didn't have good speed for this lap. And sucked and didn't make the race. But yeah, that sucked a little, so hopefully I can do better in second qualifying.
So that's 3 or 4 races out of. I think they're throwing them a little bit too fast. What do you think?
They waited 2 seconds after the guy told me to go. I mean,
It's ridiculous.
Alright, second qualifying here. Really trying to slide it and get to the bottom of the corner and drive it off super hard. Get deep in there and drive it off the corner. But I mean, I don't know. Just driving it pretty well. Missed the bumps. And I felt like I was doing pretty well, but it was not a good qualifying. And once again, we did not make the race by 1 position, and overall just sucked. I mean, I just am not that good at qualifying. I can't figure out qualifying.
How bad did you suck? Well, how bad did you suck?
I didn't make a race.
Ah, he really sucks.
It's what it is. No, we missed both.